et re-YouTube. On est parti pour l'épisode 2 de Metal Gear du coup. Objectif, trouver le petit Metal Gear. Prendre des jolies photos, ça va être génial.
Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up
Ah, j'ai plus de vie.
to Metal Gear is of course another Metal Gear.
Oh! Remonte, abruti!
With Ray, hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat.
Oh là là.
The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the
Ah, j'ai pas
Marine
tiré.
Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Oh là là.
They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the US's nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives.
On va faire le con.
Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray.
On va la jouer
The
fine.
opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background. Not to mention interference from a major player. But
Bon, je
this
sais pas où je
project
vais, hein.
is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always.
Bon, c'est passé. Je me suis faufilé.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray.
Oh là là.
The ship
Merde! Non? Je pensais pas qu'il m'entendrait! Oh merde! Ah, est-ce que c'était prévu du coup? Ah bah
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
écoutez, ça c'est fait, hein. Ce qui est fait n'est plus à faire. On va essayer de respecter les
This
quotas.
weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are
J'essaie de passer par
attempting to
l'autre côté.
derail our own Ray project, but I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As
Oh,
a
merde.
soldier, I know that is my duty.
Oh, il y a des gens là. Oh, il y a de la populace là.
We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear
Oh,
terrorists
merde.
planning to target the ship. Intruder to the right! Intruder in the back!
J'ai eu peur, je crois que c'était pour moi.
Intruder to the right!
Je crois que c'était vraiment pour moi en plus.
Intruder in the back! Should that actually happen, I expect you to be prepared.
Oula, il glisse!
We cannot and will not give up Ray.
Ces soldats sont en train de glisser!
At all times. To move on, Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline.
Oh, bordel de...
Its onboard joint tactical information distribution system identifies...
Oh putain. Je pensais que j'étais bloqué. Je dis merde, je suis trop baisé.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a
Quelque chose me dit qu'on a trouvé le bébé. Le voilà le petit.
Metal Gear.
Le beau bébé. Metal Joueur.
This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray.
C'est le Metal
Our
Joueur.
Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before. George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next generation nuclear warheads.
Des photos, gros plan avec tout.
But even you will have
Good.
to notice that he was forced to resign to the failed cover-up costing his influence in the political community. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before.
Je pensais pas qu'il me ferait. Ah, je suis pas là, je suis pas là.
Respond! Snake! Snake!
Peut-être pas que je monte juste pour prendre la photo en vrai.
This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can
Good.
rule the sea and land as we never have before. George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next generation nuclear warheads.
Peut-être juste que je prenne les photos comme ça.
But even you will have heard rumors that
Je crois que la dernière c'est une de côté, enfin face gauche-droite, et il y en a une, il faut que je prenne en photo le Marines, je crois le logo des Marines.
Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before.
Il est là.
I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age.
Good.
The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the
Bah, j'ai
first
tout, non?
preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely.
Qu'est-ce qui me manque comme
If this
photo?
theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex.
Je pense
We
que
are
c'est
here
bon, hein.
today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind. It is an undeniable fact that there is a force at work in our government and within the military, seeking to control national affairs to suit its own interests. Metal Gear Ray bears the burden of confronting this party, thwarting their plans and guiding this nation back to its original path. This exercise is but a first step towards that goal. The future of the country rests with you.
J'ai l'impression que c'est bon, non? Qu'est-ce que je dois encore faire d'autre? Je me rappelle pas.
Good.
Terrence, let's do a little stretching, shall we?
Good.
Down. Front. Left.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fallait de...
Right.
Oh, je me rappelle pas. Il me semble qu'il y avait juste une photo de gauche, une photo de droite, et c'était
Down.
tout, quoi.
Front. Down.
Good.
Front.
C'est une photo du général que j'ai pas.
Getting back to the topic at hand. The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to
Good.
and start obsolete. There are also forces at work trying
Qu'est-ce que je devais faire après?
to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of that last century. And we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to prevent that possibility. This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype
Ouais,
designed
photo
to
du
be
PC.
operated.
Bon, mais quel PC?
What's going on?
Il y avait un PC à droite?
Snake!
Oui, j'ai pas vu.
Snake!
J'ai rien cramé. J'ai rien
This
cramé.
new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest
On va
Metal
reprendre vite fait
Gear,
les
we can
photos.
rule the sea and land as we never.
Good.
Ah non, c'est bon, j'ai déjà toutes.
George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath
tout.
of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear.
C'est un ordi, ça. Bah putain. Oh là là. Il m'a fait mal, celui-là. Waouh, date PC. Oh là là. Ah oui, non, mais là, l'écran, bordel. Non mais les gars, faites pas semblant de faire le hacker, balance tes trucs et voilà, quoi.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake?
Oh là là.
The first one I'm seeing is... Okay, this works. It's a great front view. Okay, what am I seeing now? The other photo of the front works. You don't need to take another one. Next up is... Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag.
Faites.
Next up is... The other photo of the front work.
Oui, non mais ça, tu vas pas me dire à chaque fois. Mais non mais... Ah.
Rex and next generation nuclear warheads.
Du coup, il m'en manque.
But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community. The Metal Gear Rex
Il manque le côté, il me semble, et le logo,
supposedly
si j'ai bien compris.
preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely.
Good.
J'ai bien compris, c'est cela qui manque. Hein.
Intent to cash in on this
Et le gros logo marine.
by specific interests
Pas si
within
gros.
the military-industrial complex. We are
Good.
today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind.
Ouais, ils ont l'air un peu sourds et aveugles là.
It is an undeniable fact that there is a force at work in our government. And
Donc normalement les 2 photos qui manquent c'est les bonnes je crois. Enfin il a rien dit mais... Il m'a rien dit mais bon.
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take a look. The first image is... This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well. Okay, last one's coming up. We only need one good shot of the lettering.
D'accord, du coup il fallait juste la dernière
We're
avec le
okay
truc.
on the photos from the right, front, and the one of the lettering. The only one we want is of Metal Gear from the front left. I know you can do it.
Côté gauche.
in the military, seeking to control national affairs to suit its own interests. Metal Gear Ray bears the burden of confronting this party, thwarting their plans and guiding this nation back to its original path.
On peut pas faire plus côté gauche, hein.
Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Left. Up.
Normalement, le compte y est. Après, si ça c'est pas le bon côté, je vois pas ce qu'il veut. Hein. Je peux pas faire plus gauche que ça, quoi.
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take a look. Okay, first up, we only need one good shot of the lettering.
Mais pas les lettres.
We're okay on the photos from the right, front, and the one of...
D'accord, il faut vraiment que je prenne la photo de côté. Oh là là, mais...
Front.
On va faire comme ça, alors. Je pensais pas que celle-là, il serait content avec ça, quoi. Bon, bah, c'est parti.
Front.
Voilà.
Right.
Là, je vois pas. S'il veut pas, je comprends pas. Parce que l'autre, en vrai, bon... Il n'y avait pas plus gauche que cette photo, quoi. Oh là là, cette photo, il y avait Mélenchon, les hologrammes, tout y était, quoi. C'est...
Okay, I'm receiving the images. The first one I'm seeing is... We already have a good photo from the right. We're okay on the photos from the right, front, and the one...
D'accord. D'accord, je vois.
To move on, this exercise is but a first step towards that goal. The future of the country.
Soyez précis,
rests
les gars.
with you tonight. The proliferation and
Parce que
development
moi,
of
quand on me dit la
Metal
photo de
Gear
gauche, je
technology
prends
are
sa
about to
gauche,
render
moi, pas la
robots
mienne.
like the NBT and START obsolete.
Oh là là. Si on ne me dit pas ça... Bon là, s'il est pas bon, franchement, c'est parti, genre. Je vais me couper une autre couille, quoi.
Okay, I'm receiving the images. The first one I'm seeing is... You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot. Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Forget the photos and get out of there now.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Qui voilà. Ne serait-ce pas un revolver?
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the...
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
Comment va ton bras, le manchot?
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
Hey Snake, question pas vu pas pris. Putain, ça m'aura pris 20 minutes pour prendre ces putains de photos, quoi. Bordel.
Look of it. Nobody move. Understood?
J'aimais bien les effets de flou
This
comme
ship
ça. Hein.
now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again.
Suka.
And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
T'as pas de VF, chaton.
You! Have you sold us out?
T'auras
I
beaucoup
was
de mal à
never
jouer à
in
Metal
your
Gear en VF
employ,
maintenant.
Lukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidas?
Le premier a été le seul à avoir été
No
mis en
hard
français.
feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Lukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Moi, me choque pas, je t'avoue que... Enfin, moi, ça me fait rien. Paf le russe. Et l'américain pendant qu'on y est.
Sergey, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Stop!
Oh là là, tyran d'élite. Le revolver.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Les mecs ne savent pas viser, Douda, Douda. Ah c'est vrai, il avait plus son bras lui, mais... Oh là là. Comment il l'a récupéré, je ne m'en rappelle pas.
It's been a while, brother.
Ah.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Ah bah
Not
voilà.
so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program.
Ouch!
Get out of my mind, Liquid!
Mais non.
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
Bah il a pas une voix de nanar, chaton. C'est pas pareil. Moi je t'avoue qu'elle me dérange pas, vraiment pas quoi. Non Didi. Le premier Metal Gear a été le seul MGS à avoir eu droit à sa VF intégrale. En tout cas de ce que je sais. Même le 4 n'en avait pas. Le 5 de ce que j'ai vu sur internet non plus n'a pas de VF intégrale. Même les spin-offs, hein, The Vengeance, là, le Metal Gear, enfin le Metal Gear avec pareil, VO sous-titré. Ils ont très vite abandonné la VF intégrale avec les Metal Gear.
You don't have what it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
La belle bête. Ah, les mecs, ils y croient, hein.
Ah, c'est pas le même modèle, hein, c'est le P. Alors, on a une version amphibie. Donc, il est plus adapté à l'eau, c'est logique. Avec un profil très défini, comme ça, c'est un gros poisson, quoi. Ah oui.
Snake! Snake!
Ah, je sais pas, moi ça me dérange pas le Metal Gear, franchement. Il est adapté à son rôle, je trouve, ça me dérange pas.
Proceeding as planned, sir.
Et c'est qui est survie à ça. Il est vraiment trop fort, ce mec.
Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Bah, le premier, c'est un gros dino, forcément les gens aiment bien. C'est un gros dino. Sauvegarder, oui. Et mon dieu, est-ce que je vais faire une partie 2 très courte pour la partie 3? On va voir. Si on arrive sur le... Si on arrive sur le... Comment? Merde, j'ai oublié le nom. La plateforme pétrolière, voilà. Je couperai la VOD à la partie 2 de la VOD.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell.
Et c'est Raiden.
I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time, but in the meantime, the shells
Raiden
become
qui parle au
a
colonel.
landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Pas Raiden. Pas Raiden. Raiden. Autant pour moi d'ailleurs.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history.
Les écolos vont pas aimer.
You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
Je me rappelle pas que Je me rappelais pas que la partie du jeu avec Snake était si courte dans le 2.
SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85.
Ah, jamais changé sa
When you want to
fréquence,
use the
lui,
codec,
putain.
push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the
Ce sont
far
des
end
voies
of that
standards,
area.
chaton.
Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Et du coup voilà, on est arrivé. La partie 2 avec Raiden. Mais du coup la suite, on verra ça plus tard les loulous. Parce que c'est la fin de l'épisode 2. Ciao ciao.